Oh man, that was fantastic. So this garage door makes the world disappear. Neat.
Whoa, why are we running? I'm down for some murder.
If we lose the heat, we can get back to the plan.
Whatever the plan was, it went out the fucking window. We need to focus on surviving.
Fun Shandi is being a problem. She's not being very fun. Yo, how did she get ahead of me? What? Yeah, I don't know what it is about the cast and the stairs in this game. Dude. Hello? You know, I probably should have done this before I switched scenes. If you've never seen how long it takes uprising to actually get like really actually genuinely started, it takes a bit. Like it takes a pretty long bit. It's kind of annoying how long it takes. I mean, thankfully, it's sort of like like not to endorse the series, but like it's sort of like how the Grand Theft Auto games work for the most part. Like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in particular. Like it does one big chunk of load, and then man, my servants keep on getting involved. Anyways, no, guys. Oh shit, come on. Close the fucking gate. I got back and I just closed up shop. I think. Yeah, those need to go in. I've got multiple things that we can turn into shards. What is this? No. Let's get some silver going. We'll take that with iron, yeah. I've got more tech. We've got an overflow of one thing and not nearly enough of the other. What do we have here? Is this any good? I'm not even concerned about that skill, I gotta say. You know, I gotta say, inflicts fading snare. I can't help but note that I have not yet, not even once, have I noticed any actual benefit from that. Alright, yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, you know, might be a good idea to start the timer. It's fine, it's not like we were here for very long. That's one thing to remind people about, like, my whole timer situation. It's funny, I have had it suggested that, like, oh, well, your timers are inaccurate anyway because you don't remember to start them. And, like, I have to remind those people that means that I have more experience, not less. It's real weird when it's like, I don't know what point you're trying to make. No, it's this one, right? At some point, I'm gonna need to get these under control. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's the tech scraps. There, yeah. I'm completely empty on it right now. You know what's funny? I've been running out of these things for the longest, and now I'm just like running out of paper. I'm gonna start running out of paper, I think, more than anything else. Alright. I forgot to get rid of this glass. I feel like I'm super far behind right now. Let's get rid of these hearts. You know what? We'll throw these in there for good measure as well. This is where the consumables are. This is where those go. Did I? Wait, was that the last one? Yeah. You know what? For now. Ah, shit. You know what? That proves that I'm not, like, on the ball at all. Fuck. Let's get this thrown in here. Let's get that thrown in there. I just say, like, like when this started, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to be quite this intense on the inventory management. So, surprise, I'm back earlier than expected. When I said I would be back on the 19th, I wasn't expecting to be back now. I was expecting to be back, like, the 19th proper, not, like, early day. In the fucking AM, bro. Put those in there. We'll put away this sawdust right here. We're about to have a problem, I think. Fuck. How much are these? Okay, so when I do unlock it, the gold is going to be 3 go. Okay. That is going to be rough. It really is. I should probably get these nerds back out on the job, huh? Here, you like, let me put everything away so I can send them all out so I can port over, and then we'll send everybody else out. I'll make my quick run back here. We'll put these Stygian shards where they actually go. Yeah. I know I got one nerd together specifically for this. So we're trying to crack up some silver. Yo, what's up, Crimmy? How's it going? Hope that you're doing well. Tired, bruh. I feel you on that shit. How's Xana? I went and saw the ex-wife and the kids, and we went to a ghost town / museum, and it was a lot of fucking fun. Yeah, it was a really dope experience, like, genuinely. It's funny how, like, a lot of people, when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with the ex-wife, they're like, oh no. And I'm like, what do you mean, oh no? I miss them a bunch, can't wait. It's genuinely funny that people have, like, this, I guess, this, like, inherent programming that, like, oh, an ex-wife is related, it must be terrible. It's fine. Oh no, yeah, it was really, really interesting. It was a bit, like, uncomfortable at first, though, because, like, when we first got out there, we weren't really sure that, like, what we were supposed to do. Because, like, we were certain... I just canceled you. Get out of there. We were certain that, like, you know, that we were allowed to be there, but we weren't certain at first if we were allowed to actually be inside of the buildings that were there. And it turns out the answer is yes, it's fine. We were supposed to be exactly where we were. Damn it, which one did I put Sybil on? That's not it. Gideon and Sybil. Okay, so I need Sybil and let's say Stefano, sure. I mean, it wasn't necessarily the vibe. The thing is that nobody was actually there to, like, supervise. It was fully unattended. Which is fine if, like, if I knew exactly how we were supposed to behave on the grounds, that would have been not an issue whatsoever. Just be like, oh, okay, well, we'll go check out these buildings, look at everything, take pictures, etc., etc. But yeah, there was 7 of us in these buildings that are like genuinely 200 plus years old. But then Viv spotted inside one of the buildings on like genuinely a ridiculously old table a modern pen and paper, which the ex-wife eventually found and noticed that it was a guest log. And then, like, we were starting to notice signs in different places that were, like, you know, talking about, like, okay, like, welcome in, please make sure to keep this door closed so the birds don't get in, etc., etc. So it's like more and more after we were there for a bit, we found more and more evidence. It's like, yeah, we're supposed to be here, which is good. But yeah, dude, there was like a fucking old bank there that was apparently built in 1900 flat, and there was another building there that I don't remember which building it was, but it was labeled 1893 or somewhere thereabouts. So it looks like the place was fucking old, super fucking old. There was a schoolhouse that we really wanted to see, but that one apparently cannot be unattended, and it was not available as of yet. So at some point, Viv and I are definitely going to go back out there and take in the sights in the school. Dude, like, some of the machinery that they had out there was just wild, man. Like, there was a safe in there that was genuinely from the time, and I was telling them, is like, you guys, like, however heavy you're imagining that safe to be, I promise you it's like 100 times heavier than that. Those old safes are fucking ridiculous. I got attacked by an angry scarecrow. So, I mean, honestly, a safecracker would probably think it was child's play because it works on, like, the oldest possible mechanisms. But if you wanted to, like, physically move that safe, like, genuinely, I think either one of our vehicles would literally not have a strong enough suspension to move that safe. Like, that thing was fucking huge. It was big enough to, like, if 3 full-grown adults wanted to crawl into that safe, it was big enough for that. No, yeah, if it was... honestly, like, it's an unattended building, so if that safe was easy to move, someone would have heisted it ages ago. But even under those conditions, I'm kind of surprised that nobody has. Because the thing that I was looking at, that easily would have been worth, like, I'm gonna guess 6 figures if you could find the right buyer. That thing was fucking expensive. But no, yeah, the whole area was just like super fucking cool. And there was just like, it's one thing to think, well, oh yeah, the historical value it's in that part's cool, but like just the fact that it was like a disused area was just interesting. It was just deeply, deeply interesting. I don't know how else to say it. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? Yeah, it's just... You know, it's interesting, because, like, you'd think Ghost Town and you would assume that there'd be some ominous vibes there, but honestly, it was kind of a relaxed area. Because, like, especially when you start, like, reading through the bits of history that are on there, and you realize, like, it's not a disused, abandoned town because of any kind of major disasters. It's not like there was a lot of death there or anything. It was just, you know, history happened and people moved. Yeah, yeah, it's just, like I said, like it just, I don't really have a way to describe it other than it was just really interesting to be around very, very, very old buildings and machinery. But getting to finally spend more time with the kids, that was a big one too, because I haven't... Like, bro, they look so fucking different. They look so different. And, like, that's both, like... Like, it's kind of sobering, but it's also, like... Like, oh man, they're so grown up now, but it's also kind of sad, because, like, you know... They're all grown up now. Yeah, it's really interesting to look at, like, extremely old machinery and see, like, in order for some of those things to have worked the way that they did, somebody had to be ludicrously stubborn to make this work out. Like, a great example, so, like, okay, while we were there, we saw, a pulley and conveyor belt system that, like, the conveyor belt was made out of planks of wood that were interlocked with something that allowed the planks of wood to, like, rotate as they went around the axle. And I was sitting there thinking, like, it never in my life would have occurred to me that a conveyor belt would exist where the belt itself was wooden. I never in a million years would I have contemplated that. And, like, you look at that and think, like, man, like, whoever decided that they were going to make that work, that was a very, very, very stubborn person. Like, they were absolutely determined, like, I'm going to figure out a way to get this fucking thing to do this. And what's more is that, like, whatever the task was that they built it for, I can't imagine, like, why they would have needed to create it the way that they did, because it was tiny. Like, the example that I gave my ex-wife's current husband, who is a pretty good dude. I enjoyed hanging out with him. We hadn't met before this particular meeting. It was a new experience for both of us, and we were both nervous when we were first meeting. But anyway, the example that I gave him, like, if you've ever been, like, behind bowling lanes and actually, like, seen the actual bowling machinery, you gotta understand, like, the first bowling setup was actually, like, the first automated bowling setup is actually very, very old. And looking at all of the different pieces that have to be present for, like, an automated, like, scorekeeping and ball return and all of this shit, it is insane how much went into that kind of stuff. And like, you look at them, like, whoever wanted to get this to work was a stubborn son of a bitch. So I can't even imagine trying to get that, because, like, you look at how many mechanisms are on, in, like, a bowling lane, and you think, like, there's any number of these individual pieces had to be invented whole cloth. That shit is impressive. I can't imagine liking a game so much that I'm like, I'm gonna have to, like, make history and invent, like, giant interlocking systems for this. Oh yeah, that conveyor belt was definitely very, very breakable. And like I said, it was quite small. Like, I genuinely, I can't imagine what the purpose of it was to make one that small. Like, it seems weird to me that they would need something like that small. But, like, genuinely, the conveyor was, like, maybe 1.5 feet. And, like, the reason that I'm looking at it and just thinking, like, why would anyone need to make something like this small? It's because, in all likelihood, you and I could just hand whatever it is to each other instead of putting it on a thing. Scorchstone and grave dust. Excuse me, sir. I am busy trying to make decisions here. I guess we'll do both. Fuck it. But yeah, that experience is really sick. Most of my camera roll was really, really unimpressive, though. Like, I took 1,007 pictures. Like, genuinely, I took a shit ton of pictures. But it's worth noting that I did an awful lot of completely fruitless attempts at taking pictures of mountains as we were driving past them. And when I say fruitless, I mean, like, unfortunately, the way that it was turning out, like, I was basically having to try to shoot, like, photographs of mountains out of the window while we were going. So I was, like, leaning out, like, I'd have the camera strap around my neck and then holding it outside of the window, and then, like, I couldn't see the viewfinder, so I was just, like, scattershotting in the general direction of the things I wanted to take pictures of. And, like, I don't know how much photography you've done, but that method is shit. So I got some good pictures, but a lot of them are not good. But that's just the nature of, you know. Like, realistically, anytime that I'm taking pictures of something, I am just rapid firing and just, like, you know, I will trim the ones out that I don't want, and I'll keep the good ones that I end up with. And sometimes you don't end up with a lot of good ones. I didn't end up with a lot of good ones this time. Shit happens. I do have some, though. Like, it wasn't a complete bust, and I definitely took some decent pictures of the historical site. I don't know if any of those made it into the stream backgrounds, though. Maybe, I don't quite remember. No, yeah, so, like the best photo I've ever taken, I think I've shown it to you before. It was that bridge at that park where the water was just, like, eerily still, so and nobody was around. I really like to try to keep the general public out of my photography, Just because, you know, I don't have anyone's consent to photograph them, and I'm not gonna walk up to random strangers, hey, can I take pictures of you? But, like, the best shot I ever took, literally, like, it was with, like, I think it was actually with this phone right here. This is my old phone. And literally, like, I did this, and, like, hit the button to take a picture. And, like, anytime that I take a picture of something, I tend to take, like, 6 to 10 shots of whatever it is I'm photographing, just in case I, you know, get little blurs. I like to try to, you know, give myself the most possible chance of having an actual good outcome. Like, I think, like, photography is, to me, it's mostly just, like, having a good eye for things that are worthy of having, you know, of taking the time to take a picture. Because, like, I mean, you could go around just snapping shots of everything, but, you know, that's not a very great method for this kind of thing. Or at least I have not experienced that being a particularly good method. Well, both of those are on the no-no list, but it's the cameras that are on those phones aren't actually products. So like Samsung and Apple phones are amalgamations of different pieces of hardware. And the cameras aren't actually made by them. They often sort of they try to give the impression that, like, all the technology on the phones is, you know, their shit, but no. I'll be honest, I genuinely, like, so we've got the Fairphone 6 now, and the phone on here is, or the camera on here is fucking stellar, and it takes pictures in such a high resolution I genuinely cannot send them on Root or Discord. Like, I have to export them somewhere else first so I can resize them so that I can send them on basic sharing services. Like, I think the smallest picture, like, we ended up at an antique shop in the middle of nowhere, which, by the way, is the best place to find antique shops, because you never know what you're going to see in a small town out in the middle of fuck all. But I took some pictures in there on my phone, and the smallest image that I took in there, file size-wise, was 17.2 megabytes. Like, the pictures are in such, like, a high resolution, and are such large file sizes of that variety that, like, when I take a picture on my phone, there's actually, like a 7 to 9 second delay before the photo has actually been saved. It's real silly. What are my thoughts on Polaroid? I mean, like, I haven't been doing the photography thing long enough to have, like, really serious thoughts on any particular brands, but what I will say is that when I do talk to people about photography, I really don't... Like, Polaroid doesn't come up much. And that's literally the end of, like, my input on thoughts regarding Polaroid. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I've got a Canon camera, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, I haven't thought about what brand my camera is in a while, so I'm pretty sure it's a Canon. I sound like a total fraud right now that I think about it. I think what little commentary I have seen on it suggests, now again, this is secondhand information, I don't know how accurate any of this is, but the information that I've seen about Polaroid today suggests that it used to be the hot shit and is just kind of okay these days. Again, secondhand information, I don't know if any of that's true. I am the most amateur of amateur photographers, so genuinely, I ended up with the camera that I ended up with because the guy at the camera shop was like, this is a good camera to start with. And I was like, okay, that one. Because I was absolutely certain he knew more than I did. And, like, to be fair, like, the reason that, like, I'm newly into photography in general is because, like, we moved here from... Like, here, there's a whole lot of wonderful things to take pictures of. Like, just about anywhere you go, there's something beautiful to point a camera at. Whereas, where we came from, in Texas, dude, there was no reason to care about trying to take pictures of anything ever. Like, it was genuinely just not a place where there was anything really worthy of pointing a camera at. Like, I'm not going to say that there was never anything beautiful out in Texas, but, like, here, just anything, anywhere you go. Literally anywhere. Whereas there, you'd have to, like, find something and then drive out to it, and nah, not worth it. It's like the only reason you'd get into photography in Texas, as far as I'm concerned, is if you were, like, really big into, like, taking pictures of, like, family vacations and shit. I mean, Dallas is fine, but, like, again, it's like, Dallas is a fun place to be, and there's a lot of cool shit to do. There's just not a lot there to take photos of. Like, the best reason to have a camera, the best reason I would have had to have a camera in Texas would be for, like, the convention scene, because you see a lot of kick-ass, like, cosplay and shit. But aside from cosplay, I just don't see why you would care. You know what? I think I should have brought... You'd rather be in Florida? Oh, okay. Now that is insulting. If I'm honest, Florida is like one of the worst places I've ever been. Yeah, this area is Holy Radiation Central. Oh no, and I didn't genuinely mean that I felt offended. I was like honestly, if you genuinely like would have preferred to be in Florida over Texas, that is a sick burn on Texas because Florida's rough, bro. And like I don't say that to insult anyone who is a denizen of Florida either, but like goddamn, dude. Like the area that I was in Florida was so absolutely ravaged with like hurricane damage and shit that like fucking goddamn it. Like it's one of those situations where like they had hurricanes so often that like once like a hurricane would happen, right? And then it'd be like, okay, well, shit's fucked up. Let's start repairing things. And then by the time the next hurricane lands, they're still not done repairing things from the first one. So the area I was in was like just... so many buildings were just completely fucked up. Like DFW, like especially if you're in the convention scene, like Dallas-Fort Worth is a great place to be if you want to meet an awful lot of celebrities, because, like, good lord, they all come through there at some point or another. Or at least they did. I don't know if that's still the case, but I mean, like, the Dallas-Fort Worth area is where I met Mark Hamill, Will Smith, Eminem, the entire Firefly, well, almost the entire Firefly cast. And a decent number of names I can't think of at the moment. You know, it's like, it's gotten silly where it's like, name all the celebrities that you've met, and like, I can come up with a handful of names, and then it's like, I'm certain that there's like dozens that I've forgotten. Just on the foundation of, like, in Texas, like, well, in the convention scene in Texas, it's not uncommon to meet a bunch of celebrities, and honestly, there's some names that did come to mind that challenges the definition of celebrity. Because there's some people I definitely consider celebrities that I don't know that other people would, like voice actors or people that worked on certain games and shit. Like James Rolfe, for instance, is someone that I guess I would label him a minor celebrity, but like, in case you don't know who James Rolfe is, which you probably don't because that's not the name people would typically know him by. Yo, what's up, Panda? How's it going? But James Rolfe is the angry video game nerd. And I got a chance to hang out with him for a little bit, or like Adam Sessler. I spent some time, like, we had dinner together and just talked about some of his old reviews and gaming culture in general, and it was a pretty fun conversation, to be completely honest. There was a point in time that we were, like, leaving the hotel to just to get refreshments, like you know, like normal drinks, because while the hotel had drinks on site, you know, like a little convenience store set up more or less. Let's be real, if you're paying for basic sundries at a hotel, it's going to cost like a dozen times more than it normally would. So we were going off site to get some, you know, basic drink refreshments, and we happened to run into Adam Sessler on the way out, and this is probably one of my favorite interactions with a minor celebrity ever, in that we told him, like, hey, yeah, we're about to pop out and grab some drinks. Do you want anything? And his response was, no thanks. Despite what the internet says, I perform sober. And we were like, no, dude, we meant like a Powerade or a Dr. Pepper, just like normal sodas, like normal drinks. We all had a big laugh, and he was like, oh, no, I brought a lot of my own stuff, I'm fine. Like, Jesus Christ, he thought that we were offering to get him liquored up. It's not about to happen. Well, one of your 11... Okay. I've never Austined. Like, ever. No, it's not that I never had, like, the desire to. Like, I believe at one point I was relatively close to Houston. And that's about as far away from the DFW area as I ever got. Here in Washington, we, like, it's kind of crazy, but we run into people that have connections to Texas all the fucking time. Like, they're so, like, almost everyone that we have, like actual conversations with, they're either from Texas or they visit relatives in Texas. In other words, this whole state is people like you. I don't know if this is gonna work out. Probably not, dude. I can't even, like, barely fucking deal with these guys. Okay, guy, I'm not really here to fuck around with you yet. I don't know how much, if any, like, chance in hell I have of this. Ooh. I don't know why that hit me. I know why that hit me, though. Oh, that guy wasn't supposed to be here. Heavy holy radiation. I don't know what to do about that? I took a holy radiation juice and it didn't seem to do anything. What else can I do about the holy radiation? I guess we'll try this. Man, I dabbled in that VeggieTales game. You know what's funny is that when I uploaded that backlog, and it should be still on there somewhere, but some of the cutscenes got a visual copyright match. So like part of that video is just straight cut, which is like extremely lame. I need to get me some creature blood. Yeah, that's good enough. Whatever, 2%. Delicious. You know how many people love 2%? I'm not one of them. Shit. There are people that like specifically seek out like the dopiest possible games to speedrun. I am not one of those people. Like, you know what, the worst kind of thing for me is that a lot of the games that I find entertaining enough that I might want to learn the speedrun, they're not games that have formats that really fit a good run. Like, for instance, think about Neo, for instance. If you've never, like, actually looked at the speedrun for Neo 2, it's bad. It's not entertaining to look at, it's not entertaining to do. I honestly don't know why anyone cares about trying to speedrun like Souls-likes and like games like that. It's just like the RPG structure. Like action RPG games involve an excessive amount of run past the enemies and then run past the enemies more and then run past the enemies again. And like there's, like, an amount of run past the enemies that I don't mind, but, like, I have a similar issue with the run for, like, Castlevania Curse of Darkness. I would totally run that. But it would be a whack speedrun because most of it is just run past all these things. What? He's spawning them. What a shit, dude. Fuck. Where did you go? What a dipshit. Oh, fuck, dude. I haven't, like, done, like, just my normal dodge in ages, and yet, for whatever reason, my normal dodge was still on cooldown. This is the one thing I hate about this game, is, like, just your basic dodge has a gigantic fucking cooldown. It kind of makes the combat feel not so much like combat as much as it's like, oh, it's just a chore of, like, constantly monitoring shit cooldowns. Okay. Fuck off, dude. What? You want to jump? Woof. 7-second cooldown, please. Honestly, that VeggieTales game is one of those games that I don't understand why anyone would want to play it outside of the novelty that it's VeggieTales, and for some reason, a lot of people have, like, nostalgic memories about VeggieTales. I think it's extra interesting to me when people that are not religious have nostalgic memories about VeggieTales. You know what? I'm curious about using that. Yep. That wall's not a wall. You can't just expect a wall to protect you from things that a wall should protect you from. That's silly, and you're silly. Whatever, that's fine. Okay, let's make sure that my damn items are where they're actually supposed to be. Because they fucking never are.
So violent. I'm sure even a monster could be civilized. Surrender. Witness the power of faith.
Fucking prick, dude. God damn it. Ah, god damn, dude. Oh shit.
Witness the
What? I might actually do this time. Yeah, attack him. That's fine.
You can still surrender. Witness the power of faith. Perhaps this is necessary.
I think we might have it this time. Unless my cooldowns want to just like randomly be forever. Dude, like, just one time, it's just like, nope, you suddenly have a 7-year-long cooldown on your basic dodge. Sure hope you weren't trying to survive. What are you doing, dude? Haha! Eat shit, nerd.
Our friends. This is over.
I feel
Okay.
stronger.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't particularly confident that that was gonna work out at all. I don't want that stupid hat. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. What was that? The hell? Okay. I've beaten me some bosses before, so I'm a little concerned as to why that guy is there. Box. I've never seen the red visage of a dude I've already slain just kind of standing around there before. It's interesting stuff. Okay, that's all I wanted. Nope. Oh, okay. Gotta love it when that really should have been not quite on me anymore, but hey, why not? Later, nerds. Now I get to go home and do inventory stuff for gold bars. Yeah, buddy. There's fuckers everywhere, though. No. Stop it. Lady, I'm not even after you. Leave me alone. You're making me go the wrong way. Fuck you. Man, god damn it. I just realized I don't have the correct ultimate on anymore. I will say though, the spiders do feel like they make more sense against some of these bosses. Not all of them, but some of them. Because, like, if you've got a boss enemy that has, like, an AoE get the fuck away from me spell, or, like, any kind of attack that just, like, blends the environment around them, then those skeletons really don't do that great of a job unless you can find a gap in the enemy's behaviors where they, like, because sometimes their behaviors are not super dissimilar from yours in terms of, like, cycling attacks. Like, I've just done my big AoE, so there's a little bit of time between then and my next big AoE, but that guy that I was just fighting, everything he did was like, here's a giant spray of that entire side of the room. So I really don't think that those skeletons were getting any kind of purchase on them, but those spiders were like, just get up to them and boom, 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 done. Honestly, though, I feel like I remember a time when just about everybody that I knew was playing this game. I don't know if this game was ever, like, a super huge big deal on the internet in general. You know, maybe it was just the people I knew at the time. I don't know. But, like, I gotta say, like, aside from y'all being cool enough to want to hang out with me specifically, and thank you for that, I don't see why, like, I'm playing this game and having a good time, but this also seems like, to me, a game I wouldn't want to watch. It is me questioning why people would want to watch my stream right now. I think a lot of the games I play, though, kind of, like, are in that same vein of, like, I really just don't play the kinds of games that would invite high levels of notice from the general populace. But, like, don't misunderstand. I'm not, like, woe is me about it. Okay, so what do we need here? I've said to people before, like, the reality is that I don't even really, like, I avoid being in really popular, like, high viewer count streams. I really don't even want to be in those places, because, like, typically if a stream has too many viewers, I just will avoid that shit. I appreciate smaller, comfier spaces where like we can have like a whole ass conversation, you know what I mean? Like versus a scenario where like if I had 300 people talking all at the same time, like how the fuck are we gonna have a conversation like that? Like I do not have the capacity to try to talk to 300 active chatters. In all likelihood, I'd probably have a setup on my side where it would mostly not display a bunch of messages. That probably sounds shitty. But genuinely, like, I think it would just be too much for me. Trying to think, what exactly do I want to do here? But like genuinely, I do have like I use Chatty, so I could set it up to filter certain messages. You know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like the only time that I really hang out in like massive streams is when it's somebody that I already know. Like it's someone that I probably got acquainted with before they got a really large chat, so you know, it's in a scenario where it's still possible to have a proper conversation with that person. How many of those do I need to make one of these sanguine guns? I got real lucky that I unlocked the pistol, so I need 9. And I have 8 flawless rubies already. I'm not worried about that shit at all. This is only going to be 3 more levels because I'm gonna combine these sanguine pistols with you know, the firelock shooters that I have. What I'd really like is, and I guess that's what I'm going after next, is to unlock the last piece of... it wasn't that one. Yeah, these. Even though I gotta say, look at that top, dude. That looks so stupid. Oh, you know what? The Grim Knight stuff, though, and I already have access to all 4 of those. Primary attack leech. I imagine that doesn't include, like, weapon skills, though. Damage reduction 3% does sound kind of shit. All right. That's the last thing that I actually needed. Wonder, is there like a... Is there a hunt that I can send dudes on that yields those gold necklaces? It seems like a dumb... Yeah, the gold jewelry, yeah. How high? 940, Jesus Christ. So I'm like, yes, but I basically have to have them set up with the type of weapon that I'm gonna have. And the type of armor that I want. So let's see, gold jewelry, schematic, blood essence, but these 2 would be really the ones. And they're both 940. In other words, 840 if I have the right things. How much longer are they out? 48 minutes. If I'm perfectly honest, I don't even... God damn it. I don't even remember what all they're gonna bring back. Do I have enough stitching shards to do anything interesting? Nope. Of course not. Oh, I probably do, though, actually, because I had this one grinding down, like, I don't know, 1,400 fragments. Yeah. Alright, here we go. I'd say most of this is not interesting. And, like, I'd say, like, because these 2 paired together, like, you know, if you're going red, or, like, you know, if you're doing one of these elements, these largely pair amazingly well with doing that, and that, therefore, these are actually just ridiculously useful. Particularly this one. And I figured since these require so much more juice to actually get anything, I figured that these would be fucking outrageous. Nah, it's kind of shit. It'd be real nice if they were outrageous instead of kind of shit. Oh, yeah. Probably should have had that made in advance. We'll go ahead and put the guns in. Man, I sure do love it when fuck all is going on. Do I have any inventory to sort? Sort of? No, not really. I have all this machinery and, like, basically nothing going on. I am concerned about, like, getting the advanced loom because I feel like there's zero chance that it will fit back here. I'm gonna have to replace these headphones soon because, like, I don't know what exactly happened, like what's causing it, but the audio is considerably quieter on the right channel than on the left is now. And I've tested, like, everything about my setup. It genuinely is just a problem with this specific earpiece. Alright, now I'm level 74. Alright, Matka the Curse Weaver is northeast. I'm guessing somewhere in the forest. Oh, it's just about daytime. Bruh, it's about the worst possible time. You know what? Starting in 2 minutes, let's get out here. Oh, right. Spellbook. You know, these big guys used to be such a problem. Nope. The last time we had tier 1 raids, I was able to clear, what, 3 or 4 of them all in one big go. Oh, come on. Lame. I really hate this enemy type, dude. Oh, okay. Well. Nice.
See the day turn into night. See the blackness, where's the white? Through the darkness, there's the light. Full moon, you consume, now you're terrified. Hear the cries from the castle, cold souls ache, and the moon start to grab you. You can feel them shake, you can feel them bash you. Start to break and your heart starts to crack. Will it be your last breath? Will it be your last move? Will it be your last step? Step, don't step. Close or else it's gonna make a mess when your chest explodes. Yeah, don't the full moon make you go? Caught up in the maze, dark and twisted. Let's see who the craziest is. Yeah, don't the full moon make you go?
Bruh.
Caught up in the maze, dark and twisted. Let's see who the craziest. Now we ain't finished yet. And now
So I've noticed with that guy in particular, it seems that the more just recklessly aggro I fight him, the less opportunity he has to be a bitch.
feel that still, I wanna feel that cold. Inside me, you ain't crazier, but you can try to be. Come on, try it now, howl at the moon. Tear your eyes out, let the dark shower you. Yeah, don't the full moon make you go?
You know, I don't need that. It's just north.
Caught up in the maze, dark and twisted. Let's see who the craziest is. Yeah, don't the full moon make you go? Caught up in the maze, dark and twisted. Let's see who's the craziest. Yeah. See the day turn into night. See the blackness, where's the white? Through the darkness, there's the light. Full moon, you're consumed, now you're terrified. Hear the cries from the castle.
I feel like there's a good chance I'm gonna need to feed here soon, and that's no good.
Start to break and your heart starts to crack. Will it be your last breath? Will it be your last move? Will it be your last step? Step, don't step. Close or else it's gonna make a mess when your chest explodes.
That's fine.
Make you go. Caught up in the maze, dark and twisted. Let's see who the craziest is. Yeah, don't the full moon make you go? Caught up in the maze, dark and twisted. Let's see who's the craziest.
I remember before I came up with this skeletons-based stratagem, I was like at the end of every group, like I'd kill enough enemies to burst the crystal, and then I would immediately pop a blood rose potion, like they were drugs. This fucking bastard, dude. Whoa, her? Really? I don't know that I've ever seen it choose her specifically. I think I might be better off just like straight up gunning. I think genuinely I think of trying to avoid damage would have just resulted in her being alive long enough to cause more harm. Okay, so northwest. That's gonna be a no for me, dog. Yeah, I'd probably be better off just getting rid of y'all anyway. Oh, fuck off. Oh, hey, a box. Give me that. I love how easy the cultists specifically, like those human dudes right there, just give up. They're just like, ah, fuck this, and walk away. I do, however, need blood. And Draculan blood is kind of shit, or at least, I don't know. I have not had an experience that makes me think it's not shit.
No mercy.
You never take me alive, copper. Meh. Excuse me, sir. So, like, I still have, like, I've done 3 and there's 7 minutes left, dude. I guess we'll go north. I genuinely don't know why I keep on marking them like it's really hard to understand how to go north. I better put down a marker so I know how to go north. And again, if I'm perfectly honest, given how shit the Vampire Awakenings appear to be so far, and I don't know, maybe there's a really fucking good one that I don't have yet. I know that there's the epic ancestral forged weapons that I don't have yet. I don't know if those are any good. Maybe at some point we'll see, I don't know. But at the moment, I gotta say, I don't really know what benefit I'm gonna get out of doing these. You beat... yeah. I had, like, no room for doubt in my mind whatsoever that this was definitely Bomani. Yo, that boy had 99% blood. I guess that means the other 1% was petrol. Haha! I didn't know that was gonna work, I just kind of hoped it would. What? Alright, so we've got 1,600 of those. I mean, I guess I still technically have 2 minutes. I could probably crack another crystal or two. I probably will not be able to take down a whole nother rift. It doesn't, like, they don't just disappear at the, like, as soon as that 2 minutes and 8 seconds goes, it doesn't just immediately vanish. But it's not around for a whole hell of a lot longer than that. These guys, on the other hands, are trying to be super cocks. Bruh. Wow. This group really does suck the most. Alright, well I guess I'm gonna have to go get my shit and then just get out of here. Because I definitely don't have enough time to get anything for real done now. That feel when withered boys are getting fucked up by wolves. My opinion, the worst thing about all of that is that it never, ever, ever puts this shit back where it's supposed to go. I guess, you know what, I mean, we're here, so let's try. Okay, well, I cracked another crystal. I suppose there's nothing saying I can't try to take down the Lesser Blood Soul. Oh, it's this guy. Well, that worked out, because it gave me one of the... I don't want to say the easiest, But, like, certainly one of the quicker ones to go down. Like, if you get unlucky with what attacks he decides to do, he can be dangerous, but he always goes down pretty quick. Do we still not know? 84. Okay. Curious. Part of me wants to be arrogant and track down this boss. Because it does just say far away, not very far away. This is fun. This is fun. Oh, yeah, I think I remember where this was. God damn it. Oh, I probably should have just accepted that. That was a pretty high... creature percent. I think, yeah, I think that this was that boss that was like a witch, right? Here, you know what? I kind of just want to assume that I should probably switch over to the boomy spiders, but until I know, it would be kind of dumb to assume, I guess. Oh, 79? I want that. Give me that. Where was that silkworm? There it is. Oh, I must have picked it up already, okay. I'm pretty sure I found this boss accidentally at one point. Of course, this cunt fucking summons those. I'm a pig. Oh, that's what's happening there. She's making the mosquitoes explode. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. That should be GG, I think. I'm a pig. So now I can make the ghost yarn. Though, like if I was gonna guess, ghost yarn would be a ball of yarn plus, oh, I can't get that, I guess. Well, that's shitty. But if I was gonna guess, it would be yarn plus spectral powder. I can definitely make that literally like right away. I'm not like, okay, that's not the one I had highlighted, but sure, who cares? I'm not particularly like concerned with that element. Level 80 plus, I think I'll pass. I don't have room for anything anyway. I was thinking about snatching up some ghost crystal while I'm here. Right now, the dipshit that I was having trouble with before is probably going to be a lot more manageable now, especially if I do actually go through the... What the hell was I stuck on? Especially if I do go through the steps of making the new armor set. Also, like, definitely 100% amongst my complaints regarding this game, because I do like this game a lot, but man, it's got some fucking problems. Like, I do genuinely dislike how long it takes to, you know, go from place to place. As an example, or like it's funny. It's like some materials can't be teleported, and then you look at like how like a list of materials that can and can't be teleported. This is like, okay, so if I pick up just about anything, I probably can't teleport. Like, I know that that's kind of hyperbole, but like, genuinely, the list of things that cannot be teleported is as long, if not longer, than the list of things that can. Wait, what? That's not what I have to do. Hit combo. Give me that. I don't know why I'm still saving all of these. Totally unnecessary, and I'm going to get to a point to where I just genuinely cannot anymore. You know, at one point, I honest to God had a reason to have the fucking second Devourer, but I don't think I've done anything with it in ages. Dude, I'm getting my fucking weapon skills for my axe backwards. Oh, what am I doing, dude? What am I doing, dude? Dude, I'm unsalvageable. I keep on doing the same thing. Okay, every time that I do this, we get some seeds. Yo, holy shit. 8, 12, 14. That's a lot of seeds. How big is the advanced loom? I mean, it's not that much bigger, but it's... I was correct in saying that it's not... Well, I might be able to put them in... well, we'll see. We'll look at that in a minute. Anyways. So 14. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna fill those in real quick. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I cannot build here.
That was a lot of seeds. At some point, I should probably learn where I placed everything here. You'd think sooner rather than later, but I am just too stupid. Okay, since these guys are here, I am concerned about this room because, man, they sure have, like, made a habit of being real dumb. Shoot. Okay, hold on. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna put all of this into here. Well, I don't know, except for these flowers here. I'll just... Wait, do I have... No. I mean, there's not like a really great reason to bother putting anything in there at the moment, but whatever. I don't know why I even bothered to do that. What did I do that for? Damn it, Freed. They always leave that fucking door open. It's very annoying. Anyways, now I have to fucking deal with this shit. Yeah, I got rid of Rule, so I don't have any reason to fuck around with that. I gotta say, I haven't been bitten, like, on any of these, like, 99% success rate. Typically, it just succeeds. Alright, now I'm just gonna put all of this away real quick. We're gonna deal with the advanced loom stuff once I get back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, even the 95%, it just typically turns out fine. I don't remember, it was Sybil that I... Yeah. Which one was Stefano for? Is it this one? Indeed. We're not... I don't think that we're as worried about that one right now. So, Sybil and Stefano. Get in there. Gideon and Randolph. I almost said Rudolph. Because I am stupid. Now it's just me making sure that it didn't still have some crap here. House of Freebies. Y'all don't want to fuck with this. You know what's real interesting about music like this is that, like, Final Fantasy 12, like, for this fight, like, I genuinely never heard more than, like, maybe 10% of this track in the actual game. Because these fights were weak sauce. But to be fair, I also have a habit of over-preparing somewhat. I was wondering if they were ever gonna notice me. Yeah, you guys are in the fire now. Can't say that I recommend it. That wasn't good. Whatever, let's just go. Man, I tried for so long to try to figure out who actually composed this track. MMORPG game music is particularly challenging to figure out like who composed what part of the soundtrack. I'd say that we're a little bit more in the era where video game OSTs are like the actual official OST gets released for purchase, you know? than we were when Final Fantasy XI was really in its heyday. It's not to say it wasn't a thing then, it's just more of a thing now.
There is no space in my inventory. I must make room if I want to carry that.
What did I do that for? Alright. I'm gonna do as much of this as quickly as I possibly can. Personally, I don't think anything that I could do with these tech scraps is nearly as important as throwing them in there. But yeah, we'll finish what I'm doing here. Once I get all of my shit put away, then we will officially be working on the advanced loom stuff. Oh hey, I must have gotten that from the witch? Question mark? Yeah, we had 2 Final Fantasy XIs in a row. Like, I'm not opposed. Final Fantasy XI had some bangers. To be fully fair, though, Final Fantasy XI also had some very, very uneventful music, but it made sense given that, you know, the speed of that game was quite slow. I do think it's funny that there's a box specifically for coins. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it will fit. What the fuck? Oh, damn it. There we go. Anyway. Okay, so it's not phantom dust, it's those ghostly shrooms. Right. I've been producing quite a lot of these, so I think I'll be fine. And I'll have enough to produce the armor that I'm gonna make. Not a problem. How much silk? 6 more cycles. I do like how the more advanced structures pump shit out way faster. Though these I don't need nearly as much because that's for this kind of stuff. To make scrolls and shit. Like, realistically, I don't in any way need to make scrolls. So these are just going to be, like, overflow. Why are these here? Oh, to make... Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Those will be more important here than they are where they were gonna go. Like, I got stuff to wait on, so I don't see any reason not to, You know what's funny? Right there, I had like no difficulty whatsoever remembering which weapon skill was what, but when I was trying to take down the flowers earlier, my brain just would not fucking do what it was supposed to. I'm starting to like genuinely get tired though, so I'm kind of glad that I'm just doing inventory shit at this point. Alright, so that gave me some time. You know, I haven't fucked around with this at all. I have not summoned a single thing. Wonder if there's ever an advanced paper press. Though, like, I feel like probably not, because I think schematics is as high-tech as the quote-unquote, like, quote-unquote high-tech as the paper gets. Imagine considering paper high-tech. So I've already got 6. Means I need 18 to make a full set of armor. So like about the skill that I have that has a 4% damage reduction, and then there's the armor that gives an extra 3% damage reduction. Like for those not thinking about, like, you know, some people look at that and be like, well, I mean, damage reduction is damage reduction. What are you complaining about? Like, the fact of the matter is it's actually bad. As like when you run the math, it really genuinely is not in any way, shape, or form useful. And it's mostly because the fact of the matter is, like, so if I put those two together, at most my damage reduction is 7%, right? So if I have 1,000 HP, that's, I mean, the math isn't quite exactly this simple, but it's basically the same as if I have 1,000 max HP, it's basically the same as having essentially 1,070. And like, that might be one chunky, like decent chunky hit worth of HP. Just one hit, like genuinely, if there's a scenario where one hit is the difference between me living or dying, we're already way fucked up. Like, this situation is horribly hella fucked if I'm only one strike away from living or dying. I'm hoping that an advanced tannery is going to fit in that space. I'm not, like, super concerned about that. What was the other one that I took down? Not this guy. It's the one that yeah, it's like carpets, right? I don't give a fuck about carpets. That's fun. I'm guessing that's essentially the advanced blood press. I don't know, when I look at that advanced tannery down there, that looks like a very, very, very large thing. Like, I suppose what I could do is I could move these three things, extend this room out, and just allow enough space for a pass-through. And then, like have these face each, like, I don't know. Like, this could easily be moved, because it's not a space that I use often. It could be over here, and then this can be literally anywhere. I don't really care. By the way, when I said that my HP could be 1,000, I genuinely didn't realize I was, like, moments away from obtaining 1,000 max HP. I didn't realize that was about to happen. I think I actually have a set of that armor still chilling in here for... Oh, no. Okay, I must have put it on somebody then. guess if you're just gonna stand there and stare at me, I don't mind just taking care of business. Okay, so I'm level 78 now. I gotta say, I loathe, I deeply, deeply loathe the flavor of this outfit, though. It is extremely stupid looking. Honestly, I thought, because of how many scrolls I had stacked away, I thought I was gonna be done with this table in minutes. I thought I was just gonna like crack it out and it was just gonna be like boom, 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 done. Evidently, that's not how things work. Who'd fault? I do like how, like, as far as these materials have gone, like, I genuinely like that nothing has really become, like, nothing is ever fully outdated. Like, the copper gets used in making the flints, which gets used in making the scourge stone, and that is useful for a number of things still. So nothing is ever outdated. Did I sent everybody out on another 2-hour mission? How long ago? Bruh. I was not thinking when I did that. It's like, I do think I'm about to go to sleep. You know what? This right here would have been a really smart place to put a castle. It's right across from merchants. There's plenty of space, although it is a really odd shape, but it's got 3 exits. I'm not like dissatisfied with the location that I chose. Like, genuinely, when I first started, right? What I did was like, I want the most center location available, and I went here. It was like, this is the, like, far and away the most center location on the map. And I shit you not, despite the fact that this was just about the very first thing that I did was make my way over here while pissing off the fewest enemies I possibly could. The very first thing that happened was I ran into a werewolf here, and he tore my butthole in half. It was a bad experience. So, that's how I ended up here, and I figured, you know, this is basically expansion space. And then never used it. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have this castle over here. I should probably have it just down here in the expansion space. I'll be honest, I genuinely thought a single bullet would kill it. Alright, but yeah, I'm just gonna throw the rest of this stuff down and then I'm gonna get out of here, I think. I didn't set those hunts that long ago, so I'm thinking about just saying fuck it and like resending them out with a more logical timer. Um, 10 seems logical. I do wonder why these take so long for them to update, you know? I'll be honest, I probably would have set these for a 10-hour clock anyway. Anyway. Well, let me check this box. I'm pretty sure it's empty. It is. Head back to my real home. Not this fake ass home. Anyway. Yeah. That's all for me, and y'all have a great good night, day, morning, whatever it is where you are. Bye. Okay. I have no idea what the hell he was doing, and neither did he. What the hell was going on right there? was really weird.
Sean Barney Barron from Santa Cruz, California will bust big anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, like, this feels like they wanted it to be like Michael Buffer. In this corner, Sean Barney Barron. Let's get ready to surf. I don't know. What am I doing here?
Most flowing surfers on the planet, Rat Boy from Santa Cruz.
Rat Boy.
From San Clemente, California, let's hear it for Christian Fletcher!
Oh my god! It literally did it. This is a pretty shit encounter. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Bruh.